Okay. So at first, I just want to thank Gary for doing this. It's incredible that we're all able to speak to and some of us see one another and share some of the stories about MS. I'm hoping to hear a little bit about you guys too. One of the things that I found since going online with my blog and tweeting is I've met an incredible community of people with MS who are thriving with it, and that just inspires me every day of the week, and it gets me swimming. Just to let you know a bit about myself, I'm 48, almost 49, getting very close to 50. I've had MS for about 20 years, so I was diagnosed at about 30, and what happened was I went blind very suddenly. I'm sure each of you has a diagnosis story that's got some nice highlights in it. Mine was my doctor asked if I got drunk the night before. It wasn't. It wasn't until the second time that I went blind that they started with a series of tests, and I was diagnosed through an MRI where they found a number of lesions on my brain. And what happened after that was actually, I think, something that a lot of people go through when they have MS. I became a victim unto myself. And the industry or the medical community kind of helped along the way. I was told, don't exercise, don't stress your body out, basically prepare for the worst. And in a way that you're not really preparing for the worst, so you just kind of sit at home and just watch TV all day, I guess. I don't know what they expected of me. So I fell into that quite happily because I was pretty tired by that point, and I progressively became worse. I got sicker and sicker. My symptoms are quite mild compared to a number of other people's, and I recognize that I'm in a fairly lucky group of people. But I would get tingles up and down my legs anytime I went into the heat. I'm extremely heat sensitive. It typically causes my hands and my legs to go numb. I would have it's like a zipper up and down your spine. My vision would blur. I would walk into things. MS has become my greatest excuse for not doing dishes because I drop things all the time. So that's actually one of the perks, I think, to having it. So a number of those different, and Gary, if you go to the next slide, you'll see I've put a cluster of the symptoms that I had. And this would have been about 20, for a 10-year period where I did pretty much nothing. And then when I turned 40, I guess what happens is you go through this it's now or never type of, this is a phase of my life where I need to do something. And I decided that I wasn't going to listen to the traditional medical industry anymore. I was going to chart my own path, which was my choice, and I know it's not for everyone. And I thought, you know what? I know heat's a trigger, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the pool because I know that when I'm swimming, I can stay cool in the water. So hopefully I'll eliminate that barrier because it was a significant one for me. And I started swimming. I would go up in the morning. My husband would drop me off. I worked from home at the time. I actually created a career where if I went permanently blind, I would be able to work from home. That was how much I had sheltered myself in my little MS bubble at home. So he would drop me off in the morning on his way to work, and I would swim maybe 10 lengths, and then I'd go home and I would take a 3-hour nap. Then I'd go back again at noon, and I'd swim another 10 to 20, and then I'd go back home and I would take another nap. And this went on for a while, and I slowly built up my energy. So I think not only was I weak from MS, but I think just from not exercising, I had become very physically unable of doing a whole bunch of different things that when I was, 15, I could do all the time. So I just kept doing that and building, and I got stronger, and I started feeling better about myself in general. My own thought is that when you exercise, your dopamine levels increase, you're a lot happier. And I think it got me wanting to do more. So the next thing I did, and by the way, at the time I had over time I joined a master's swim club. And I had a really supportive coach who would bring me cold water on the deck in case I did overheat, and I would throw it over my head just to cool myself down. So I always had that water near. I was in the water, and I had very cold water nearby in case
So Susan,
my
for
hands.
everyone's benefit, well, what is a Masters Swim Club?
Oh, it's for people who are old. No, it's for people who are over 18 years old. So
Okay.
in Canada, we have recreation centers that you can go to, and they have a club of people that get together and swim. It's kind of like doing an aerobics class. You know, you get together with people, but in this case, we're swimming laps. And sometimes they like to compete, so they'll have swim meets, just like in the Olympics, except we're not as fast as they are. So over time, and thanks for that, Gary. I often in my own little swim world and think everybody understands what this crazy swimming's all about. So what I decided to do next was I thought, okay, I'm managing the swimming, and I was able at that time to swim 3 kilometers at a time. Once I got up to that point, I thought, let me try some weightlifting, because I know weightlifting is really good for me. It's going to make me stronger. So I went into a circuit training class, and again, I made sure that there was a shower really close by in case I overheated. I could go take a shower and cool my body down, and that I had cold water with me all the time so I could constantly hydrate my body and make sure that I was okay. So I managed to work through that. I started just with 20 minutes at first, and then I built it up to an hour long of circuit training, where you go from doing 3 minutes of weights, and then you do 3 minutes of some type of cardio, where you could be on a stationary bike or elliptical trainer, and then you do 3 minutes of weights and then 3 minutes of cardio, and you work your way around a circuit. So that started working really well for me, and I just kept getting stronger and stronger, and eventually I had swimming in the morning and at night. And I thought, wow, this is great. I feel better. I wasn't ready to run, and I don't know that I ever will be. It's not my favorite sport. But I was definitely feeling like I was a healthy person again. And I could feel a lot of my symptoms going away. So if you click to the next slide, you'll see a Masters Swim group in there. That's one of the groups that I train with. So we're all average people. We're all different body types and body sizes. And the one thing that we all like to do is swim. People are different levels in the pool as well. Some of them are really fast and some of them are not so fast. Okay, so what's on the next slide, Gary, after that? After the swim one?
Is someone doing a backstroke?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I did the Masters swimming thing, and I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to race, because as a kid I used to race, and what it did was it gave me a goal. So I would focus on, okay, I need to get this much faster, and that would help me get healthier too, because I was constantly wanting to get better and better. So that was one of the first swim meets that I swam in. I think I did that in my second year of swimming. I started going to competitions, and eventually started competing across Canada in competitions like that, with my stroke being mostly butterfly, which is one of the harder ones. So a bit of a bulldog in the pool, where I got strong enough that I was able to swim these races of 200 butterfly. You want to go to the next one?
Yep.
And I think there's that one's in an ocean, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah. So about 4 years into my swimming career, I moved to this incredible place called Victoria. Originally, I was living in Vancouver. Victoria is an island off the coast of Canada, off the west coast. So I'm surrounded by ocean, and eventually you jump in. You just can't help yourself. Although it is pretty cold, you eventually jump into the water. So a friend of mine asked me to do what was called the Fetus Lake Swim for MS. And it's a group of people that swim every year, and we swim to raise money for MS. So I thought, well, I have to do this. There's no way that I can't.
So how far?
So I started.
How far is the swim?
How far did I go? Well, the first year that I did the Fetus Lake Swim, I did 1.5 kilometers, which is
Okay.
the equivalent to 60 lengths in a 25-meter pool. Not sure what it is in miles, but
Can you tell me the name of that?
Sorry?
No, my son lives in Canada, and the Phoenix Lake Swim. What is that? Can you spell that for me?
Thetis Lake Swim, Thetis.
Oh, Thetis. Okay.
Lake. Yeah, it's on Vancouver Island in Victoria. So the first year I did 1.5 kilometers, and then the second year I thought I'm going to try 3. And I thought, well, okay, I've done 3, so now let me try 5. So by the third year I did 5 kilometers, and then my fourth year into it I went,
Sorry, 5K for everyone who's American is about 3 miles.
Yeah, it's a good distance. It takes what did it take? I think it took me an hour and a half, somewhere around there. I do about 20 minutes per kilometer.
You swim in the ocean?
Yeah, I do, and I'm going to get to that. What happened was I ran out of lake. The Thetis Lake Swim only goes to 5 kilometers. And I thought, oh dear, because I just kept wanting to get better and better and see how far can I go, because everybody says when you have MS, you're weak, you're tired, you can't do things. And I thought, well, that doesn't seem to be happening with me. The more I swim, the better I seem to get. So I had a friend who said, you know, Susan, what do you think if we swim from, we're going to swim from Victoria to Vancouver, or Vancouver to Victoria in this case, which is a 34-kilometer swim, on a relay of, there was 4 women, and we each swam about 3 kilometers. We swam for an hour, got out, then the next person would get in. So by the end, I had been in the water 3 times. The water temperature was around 18 degrees Celsius, which is pretty cold. But we made it across. It took us 9.5 hours. And I just thought, okay, I love this. This is good. I feel freedom in the water. I feel like I can just keep going forever. I don't have to worry about overheating. I don't have to overexert myself. My MS symptoms aren't acting up like everybody said they would. I'm going to keep going. So I did that swim, and if you flick through, Gary, you'll see some other photos of me in the ocean. There's one with me by a freighter. You can see a freighter in the background.
Yep, there now.
So I'd done this relay swim where I swam an hour at a time, got out, rested 3, swam an hour, and I thought I want to see if I can do a little bit more. So the next one was a 10-kilometer swim on my own, and I thought, okay, let's try this. And this was a beautiful swim. I swam from West Vancouver to a place called Kitsilano Beach in Vancouver. So right across the bay, we went through a shipping lane and then into a beautiful bay right into the city. And along the way, I had a safety crew with me, which was incredible. So I had to have my own escort boat for safety reasons because it's a far enough swim. You're in cold water, and you can see there's big ships passing through when you're in the shipping lane. So they need to make sure that they can take you out of the water at any time. So that swim, towards partway through the bay, as I was swimming along, this big mass came right beside me, and I thought, oh dear, that looks like a whale, and it was. So my journey with MS has had me swimming with whales at this point, which was something I never could have imagined. You know, you think back when I was diagnosed where they said, don't exercise. And here I am in the water with whales. So it was incredible. I pretended it wasn't there because I was kind of afraid. I thought I'll just pretend I'm going crazy. But when I got to the beach, I did confirm that there was a number of gray whales in the bay that day, and that was indeed what was swimming beside me. So now I'm at 10 kilometers, and I thought, okay, Susan, let's see if you can go a little bit further than that. And I think there's this picture of a big lake in there, Gary?
Yes.
Okay, so this was the one last year that I did. I thought, I'm not going to do the ocean because with an ocean I have to wear a wetsuit, and I prefer freedom. Which is something that I find in the water. I don't have to wear the wetsuit, but it is pretty darn cold. So I thought I want to try and see if I can do the same distance as the English Channel on my own, which is a 34-kilometer swim. So I got together with a friend, and we thought, let's jump in the water at Lake Cowichan on Vancouver Island and swim the length. And we did. That one, I was a little bit more frightened because it took us 11 hours. So that's 11 hours of stress on anybody is hard. But when you have MS, you have a number of other things that you have to think about.
Right. So
but
during the 11 hours, do you stop? Or do you keep out for a while?
Yeah. Well, we stop to feed, so we'll have somebody pass us food from a boat, or water, but we're not allowed to touch the boat or anybody. We have to just tread water. So we don't ever stop moving. It's a constant swim, and there's no wetsuit.
Okay.
So you're in there for the 11 hours, and by the time you're done, it's hard to. It was really funny when I came into land on the shore. I was so used to going forward that I couldn't turn in and get to the shore because I had forgotten how to turn. But eventually found my way up to the shore, and that was a really nice swim. I used that one to raise money for MS again. Which was great, and just raise awareness in the community. We have a large community of people with MS here. So just to raise awareness about this is what, if you want to try doing something, go ahead and try and judge for yourself whether it's working or not. Swimming is a great way to start if you're able to get in the water. So I've stopped at the 34K. This year, what I thought I would do is I'm going to double the distance and I'm going to try 70, and I'll see what happens. So this will be a 24-hour swim with no stopping. Again, somebody will hand me my food and things like that, but I can't touch anyone, and I can't get out of the water during that time. So
which lake will you use for that purpose?
That one is going to be Lake Cowichan, and what I'll do is I'll go down and back. And there's another person without MS who swims with me quite a bit. She'll be doing it with me, and I'll have a number of friends who jump in along the way to keep me company and to keep her company. So that one will be coming up in late August, and I'll make sure, Gary, that you have a link to that in case people want to read about it.
Yeah, maybe I'll Really.
And then just before I go to do that swim, I'll be swimming a relay across the English Channel.
Wow.
So that one will be in July. There's 4 of us that are headed over. And again, with that one, I'm in the water for an hour. I'm out for 3 hours. The big thing there is going to be the cold because I'm not going to be wearing a wetsuit, and the water is about 16 Celsius.
So are you going from Dover or are you going from France to do that?
I'm sorry?
Are you going from England or from France?
We leave from England. Yeah, we go from we leave from Dover, and then we land in France about 10, 12 hours later. So if I like it and I make my 70K swim this year, then I'll probably do the channel on my own. And that'll be the first person with MS to swim the channel. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So it's good. Like my message is swim if you have MS. It's been very helpful to me. So the other thing that's happened, if you flick through, you'll see some other people swimming in the pool. So in Victoria, a few people found out about me and said, Susan, can we come swim with you? And these are people with MS at varying degrees. Pardon me. So we started a swim group on Sunday mornings. There's a few of us that get in the pool together, and I've been coaching them on how to swim. One of them, who's been swimming for about 2 years now, she'll be swimming Lake Cowichan with me, and she'll be doing 2 10-kilometer swims. So I'm not the only one who's doing this anymore. There's other people there with MS that are doing these long, very long swims, which is great. Like, it inspires me knowing that she saw it, and now she's going to do it, and someone will see her, and then they're going to want to do it.
Yeah.
the MS swim group that we have isn't just people who are able-bodied. Pardon. We also have people in the group who are in wheelchairs and who are not able to walk. So I've given Gary a clip, if he can pull that up.
Yep.
Her name is also Susan. So she came to me through her son. He rode across British Columbia for her. She did not want to get in the pool, but he said, you know, Mom, if it's the province for you, you can get in the pool with Susan. And she did. And on the first day, when she was in the water, she said, it's not working. This isn't working. What we did was just simple exercises on the stair, sitting exercises, getting her to lift her legs. The video you're seeing is the first time that she's walked with her husband in years.
Right. So this video will give sound. So therefore, I'll play it when Susan stops for a minute.
Yeah.
Minute talking.
So okay. So she wasn't able to. The first day was very hard, but within 2 to 3 weeks, we managed to get her walking with a floating device, and now she walks up and down the side of the pool, just holding on to the side of the pool, or with water sponges in front of her. I'll get you to play that, Gary.
Okay. Yep. Okay, it's finished now. So she has MS or something else, Susan?
She has MS, but she was also, while in her wheelchair, hit by a vehicle. Okay. So she has other complications with it, some brain injury as well. Her legs were not mobile when I met her. But through the being in the pool and doing exercises on land, she's now able to walk in the pool with a minimal problem. She does take medication to help. It just keeps things limber. But she's able to do that. She's able to kick 100 meters as well. And what we've been trying to do is build strength in her core and her legs, and just keep them moving as much as we can. So the water for me isn't just a place for people like myself, but it's also, there's been a few other people in wheelchairs who come in the group. And they do the same thing. They're doing leg exercises in the water just to help them a little bit more with mobility. So that is my MS story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wonderful.
That's a fabulous story, Susan Simmons.
Oh.
But yeah, not only helping yourself but helping others in the process is great. So any questions from the audience? We have a new person joined, Billy Sam. He's from DC as well. He's with us now as well. Any questions for Susan?
I'm really interested, Susan. My son is in college at Quest University in Squamish, British Columbia.
Okay. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I do want to go there. And I mean, I've been there before, but there's another reason then to go. I'd love to swim with your MS group somehow. I don't know, but I guess there's a calendar somewhere.
Well, yeah, you can get in touch with me through Gary. He has my contact information. But yeah, that would be great. If you don't swim with the MS group, I can definitely come over to Vancouver and meet with you. Squamish is a little bit north of Vancouver on the mainland.
Right.
And I'm on the island. Or if you want to come over to the island, I'm so happy to meet with people. And if they want to get in the water with me, that makes me even happier.
Yeah, I want to do that. I didn't go to Vancouver Island. What's it called? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I will do that.
Oh, most welcome.
Thank you.
And if people want...
Go ahead, Susan.
If people want tips on what to do when they get in the water, what are some of the exercises you can do, things like that, you can email me, and I'm happy to send you pictures of things that you can try. If you're at a point where you're able to swim lengths, I can send you little workouts as well. And hopefully what you'll do is... Yeah.
Billy, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't have a question. Anyway, this is great. I swim 8 lengths probably 3 times a week and do a set of Nautilus machine once a week.
That's fantastic. How do you find it?
Billy, well, I've been swimming forever. We had a fundraiser for Swimming for Hunger 30 years ago, and my wife teaches water aerobics at the Y many times a week. So we go there.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's the other great thing is if you're not somebody who swims lengths, to get into a water aerobics class. They're a lot of fun. And they're a great way to exercise your body. And again, you're staying cool in the water. So if heat is a trigger for you, you're not having to worry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, heat's a mild
So
trigger.
how are you feeling with the swimming? Are you finding it's helping you or?
Well, I've been swimming forever. And the longest I've done is 160 lengths in an hour during our fundraiser that we did for Hunger, but that was 30 years ago. And
yeah, that's good.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but now
that's over 3 kilometers. Yeah.
I'm down to 8. That was 116 25-meter lengths.
Yeah. You've done over 3 kilometers.
Right, but that was 30 years ago, Susan. So
that's okay.
Yeah, but he does 8 lengths, 8 lengths, 8 lengths, right, Billy, today.
Right.
And just which stroke, Billy?
Well, I actually alternate. I do 2 freestyle and 1 breaststroke because it kind of gets tiring to keep doing freestyle. So muscles.
Have you? So how come 8 lengths?
Well, there's also half the exercise is walking from the car parking lot into the Y and the showers and to the pool.
I hear you.
Yeah.
If you saw Billy, you'd know why the 8 lengths is an amazing achievement. So
I guess I don't know how to turn my
I already do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's amazing to me when anybody with MS gets into the water and does any kind of exercise simply because we're told not to. At least we were in Canada told not to. And again, I know I'm in a lucky group of people. I'm very able-bodied. The person that I look to who inspires me most is the one that I showed you the video clip of, Susan. Her determination and courage just to get in the water repeatedly and just to keep moving. And I know even for her to get to the pool, it takes an incredible amount of work. And I just have the utmost admiration for her for doing that. So, Billy, you're now one of my new people that I'll be following and who I'll think about as I swim across Lake Cowichan this year.
And the English Channel in August.
And in the English Channel in August, because I'll be in your neighborhood, I hear.
Right.
What's the name of lake? What's the name of the lake you're swimming across?
Lake Cowichan. It's Lake Cowichan.
Can you stop? Oh, yeah. You swam it in your video before, right?
Yeah, I swam 1 length of that lake, and now I'll be doing 2.
Okay, thank you. And that's in August, or?
That's in late August, yes.
Late August, good.
So, Anita, any questions from you in Singapore?
Thank you. I think this is an encouragement for me to get started with swimming. I'm not a good swimmer, but it sounds interesting, and I think it will help me with my balance. My yoga instructor tells me it would be good for me to walk in the pool, and that she would do that with me. So maybe I'll suggest swimming as well.
Right. So I think you were saying you want to walk in the pool. Either a little bit quiet, Anita.
Sorry, I think the mic is.
So I think Anita was saying she was supposed to start walking. What she heard today was start walking in the pool.
Oh, that's fabulous. Again, like the whole thing is keep moving. Just do something, whatever you can, and just move and keep it going. Because I think if you stop, then you stop your body from the possibility of moving. If you keep going, it's just great. As Billy can tell you, with his swimming and doing the water aerobics. And it gets you out in the community. That's the other thing, is I found I became a shut-in. It's so important for us to be out there with other people.
I'm too busy to be a shut-in.
Good to see you,
Billy.
Yeah.
So my quick perspective on all of this, I think Susan Simmons, you and I are very similar. And now we're diagnosed, we're about the same age, diagnosed at the age of 30. In recent years, I've taken up something I enjoyed from my youth, which is running. But like
Perfect.
you, I am also heat sensitive, so I can only run really during the winter time. And I am thinking about getting into swimming to help overcome. You're right. It's staying cooler. Over time could be really a helpful thing. I think to do. So
yes.
So Cindy, the person who does not have a microphone, said that you used to be an exercise lap swimmer. But since the diagnosis, she's trying to find courage to go from car to shower to pool. Also, are you inspiring me? So what Cindy's saying is that your example is inspiring her to get back into swimming as well.
That's fabulous.
And she's found today's discussion very, very motivating for her in terms of this is possible. I think for all of us, we can sort of see the benefit of. You're right. It's staying cool, in the water. I like you really are mentioning having goals. I can tell the group. This past winter, I had a goal of running a half marathon in under 2 hours, which I achieved over Christmas. Just achieving those goals is really helpful. I can tell you,
Gary.
I plan to run a marathon next weekend, but I'm early started to relapse, so I probably won't get to do that. But just having those goals and keep setting them, no matter how small they are, it is walking to your bathroom by yourself.
Every goal is a big. Every goal is a big goal. Like that's the key thing.
Right.
Like for Cindy, it could be my goal is to find somebody to help get me to the pool so I can get in the water. That's what I'm going to do this week or over the next few weeks. And then it could be, okay, I'm going to sit on the stairs in the pool and I'm going to do some leg lifts and things like that. And what I found with Susan was every week she was in the water, we added to it. We added a new element or changed it up. We even had her jumping, which she hasn't done in years, since she was a kid actually. So don't let things limit you either. Don't put the goal so far out there that you can't. It's going to take 9 years to achieve it. Make it something you can do within a month or two, and then when you get there, set another one.
Right. Yep. Set a next goal.
It's amazing what the human can do. Human bodies are incredible. They really are.
So last month we had someone called. I forgot her name, but she's from Montana. Addressed the group last month, and she's a quadriplegic from MS, but she has a bucket list, and whenever she achieves something on a bucket list, she adds a new item to it, so she's always achieving the next goal over time, no matter how small. She adds to that list.
Yeah. You know, there was a swimmer in Ontario. She is a thalidomide baby. So she has no legs or arms. She just has short stubs for her legs and arms. And her goal was to swim across Lake Ontario. And she did.
Wow.
So you think about that. There's also, most of the stories I know are going to be of swimmers because I'm immersed in that community. There's also another swimmer that I know of that has same circumstance. He has very stubs for legs and arms, and he does these incredible open water swims. And I think that's what happens is he says, okay, first I'm going to get in the pool and I'm going to learn how to do this. And then I'm going to learn this. I think the other thing is to find a sport that you're passionate about, one that you really like. If swimming isn't it, maybe you like dancing, you can dance in the water, or maybe you like weightlifting. Just find something and always have that water nearby to hydrate and keep you cool.
Cool down, yeah.
Car mechanics in the water.
What's that, Billy?
Car mechanics in the water.
So picking up on your theme there of someone, you know, badly disabled and doing things, I watched recently a while ago a video of a guy with no arms, no legs hiking up Kilimanjaro.
There you go. Yeah.
In Africa, and you know, I can tell the group I did it myself recently, but I'm fairly okay, you know, and it's hard for me to do. And someone without arms and legs, you know, amazing what they were able to do just by setting a goal. Obviously, we are different. That we can lose energy and you know and get tired. So it's different than him. He doesn't get tired, but nonetheless, just setting that goal and achieving it. Again, start small. Start small and build, and you can achieve these things. So.
Yeah, you know the other thing about the energy that I wanted to say, because I did. Before I started swimming, I could only walk a block or two. Once I got fit, my energy levels went up. So the more active you are, the more energetic you'll be. Now, there's obviously a fine balance for people with MS because we do get MS fatigue. So one of the keys for me was finding what's that place where I know I need to stop and rest. Because if I cross a line, then I'm going to be in bed for days. So a lot of this, too, I think, is you know your body better than anybody else. You know what causes you to have difficulty. You know where you do well. And all you do, you just push it a little bit and then pull back and find that balance where you can get the energy levels up. Because if you're not active, your energy levels will naturally go down.
Well
you need that. You need the dopamine to keep you up there.
Oh, well stated. Well stated.
Yeah.
Hey, are there any other questions for Miss Susan before we? What I'll do is, Susan, with your permission, I will send everyone an email, and I will CC you on that email, all today's attendees, and any follow-up questions or. I think in Cindy's case, ideas on on exercises in the pool to do, etc., could be really helpful.
Great.
So I will do that, and then we can just then wait for me to see if I can get in the pool this summertime and use that rather than try and run in the heat.
Yeah, well, I'd like to suggest that we stay in touch, and we'll see where we're all at in 3 months.
Okay. Set a goal.
Okay. Well, Gary, thank you again. This has been fabulous, and it's really great to hear where other people are with things and what they're doing. Billy, I'm so glad to hear that you're in the water. That's fantastic, and I'm looking forward to hearing about more water stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't see below me, but I'm in the water right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Billy is in the pool right now. Yeah, on the video camera. Yeah. That window behind you is really a pool, I think, not a window.
I'll hook that up next time.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
take care, everybody. It's been fantastic meeting everyone.
Okay,
Thank you
again,
so
so,
much.
these meetings are recorded, so I will do my best to edit this in the near future and put it on my YouTube site and share it with you and everybody else who would like to watch and learn more about how to swim and swimming benefits of MS. So, Susan Simmons, thank you very much for attending and getting up so early in the morning. To everyone's awareness, Susan today is on a ferry trip somewhere, and she took time out of her day to talk with all of us. So thank you, Susan, for doing that. And I thank you all for joining. Okay.
Thanks so
everybody.
much. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.